The fog's rolling in off the Atlantic, and I've got my coffee right here. Now, it's time to settle in and share a tale from our rugged corner of the world. Welcome back to Letters from Newfoundland, where we explore the hidden stories of Canada's easternmost province, the Rock, as we affectionately call it. Today, we're setting sail into a part of our history that might surprise you. When we think of pirates, we think of the Caribbean. But what if I told you some of the most daring pirates once ruled the shores of Newfoundland? That's right. Our foggy coasts, hidden coves, and the rich bounty of the North Atlantic once drew some of the most notorious sea rovers of their day. Now, you might be wondering, why on earth would pirates come all the way up here? Well, it all comes down to one thing: salt cod. Back in the day, this preserved fish was as valuable as gold in Europe. Our early fishing settlements and merchant ships were like floating treasure chests, just waiting to be plundered. But it wasn't just the promise of riches that brought pirates to our shores. Newfoundland's rugged coastline with its natural harbors and remote coves made it ideal for ambushes and hideouts. Places like Harbour Grace, Carbonear, Placentia, and the Bay of Islands became hotspots for these seafaring outlaws. Speaking of Harbour Grace, let me tell you about Peter Easton, Newfoundland's very own pirate prince. This former English privateer turned pirate commanded hundreds of men and fortified Harbour Grace in the early 1600s. At one point, he controlled more firepower than the Royal Navy in the region. Can you imagine? But Easton wasn't the only pirate to leave his mark on our shores. There are rumors of visits or attacks by the likes of Captain Kidd, Bartholomew Roberts, and John Phillips. It's worth noting that back then, the line between pirate, privateer, and merchant was often blurry at best. These pirate raids had a lasting impact on our settlements. Places like St. John's, Carbonear, and Placentia had to fortify themselves against attack. The British began to deploy more naval forces and crack down on pirate havens. In a way, piracy helped push Newfoundland toward greater legal structure and military presence. Today, our pirate past lives on in our culture and tourism. Towns like Harbour Grace celebrate their swashbuckling history with legends, festivals, and local tales. You'll find pirate folklore in pub names, walking tours, and even school history lessons. Of course, we have to be careful to distinguish between fact and myth. What's real? What's exaggerated, and what just makes for a great story over a pint? It's funny to think about the unexpected place pirates hold in Newfoundland's history. They weren't central to our development, but they certainly left their mark. If you're ever visiting the island, why not explore some of these pirate sites? You could visit Harbour Grace, where Peter Easton built his base, or stop by Carbonear Island, a fortress that resisted pirate attacks. And don't forget to check out Signal Hill, in St. John's, built in part to deter raiders. I'm curious, have you heard any pirate stories from your part of Newfoundland? Maybe your grandparents told tales of buried treasure or ghostly pirate ships? Or perhaps your hometown has a legend about a daring sea captain who outsmarted a band of pirates. Whatever it is, I'd love to hear about it in the comments below. From salt cod to cannon fire, Newfoundland's pirate past is worth remembering. It's a reminder that even in this remote corner of the world, we've got our fair share of adventure and intrigue. If you enjoyed this little letter from the Rock, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you don't miss the next one. Until then, like we say around here, keep your head up and your eyes on the horizon.